Hello everyone, Darsonovi here. This is my official premiere of the third season of my series. And since I'm primarily going to focus on the prequels, it doesn't mean I'm not going to maybe sometimes deviate, maybe focus on other parts of the Star Wars expanded universe, but this year it's primarily the prequels. I'm gonna talk about the next few books of the Jedi Apprentice series. This is basically a trilogy. The Ties That Bind, The Death of Hope, The Call to Vengeance. This is a story arc that basically deals with Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan going to a planet called Alpsolon. I believe that's what it's called. Alpsolon. At least that's what it looked like from what it said from the back here. Alpsolon. Anyway, him and Tal, which is a character that's played a big supporting role throughout the series. You may be familiar with her if you've read that earlier in the series, which dealt with Obi-Wan and basically leaving the Jedi Order for a brief time in the civil war that went on between the two factions. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm just going to talk about what's relevant here. This deals with various things on this planet. A civil war is about to come forth, and not everything is what it seems. And there's two twins that Qui-Gon looked after 5 years ago, and not everything is what it seems. I'm not going to give away what happens, but this deals with various different themes. With loss, Qui-Gon's almost going to the dark side. It was a really dark story, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it ended on a very dark note. It wasn't like the other Jedi Apprentice story arcs where it ended on a more happier note. This doesn't end at all happy. And I'm gonna give out maybe some minor spoilers, but Tal dies and the Death of Hope, which in the last book of the trilogy, The Call for Vengeance, has Qui-Gon almost fall into the dark side. Now, what do I think of this story arc? I felt it was really good, in my opinion, the best of it, because it's a tragedy that in the Star Wars expanded universe, you don't really have that many novels that focus on Qui-Gon, or you get into Qui-Gon's head. And these books do. And unlike the other books in the series, I feel like these focused a lot more on Qui-Gon than they did on Obi-Wan. Now, what would I rank them? I think they're classics. I think they're really good. I really think they do. They are. If you haven't read the rest of the series, you should pick those up and read this. It's really good. Maybe a little hard to find, but they're not that expensive. Not these ones, anyway. Anyway, this is my review of Jedi Apprentice. The next time I talk about this series will be the final two books. And I'll move on to the series that's in between Jedi Apprentice and Jedi Quest, and then I'll go from there. So, have a great day, everyone, and may the Force be with you, always.